This is a series about personality types, and it plays into the divine masculine and feminine booklet in many ways, and perhaps we will add it to it. Now, this is the masculine version this week, and the next show will deliver the feminine version. Will this be hard to hear? You bet. Why? Because it's the truth of where we're all at in terms of personal standing. And following on from the What Is series, this delves deeply into us and shines a light upon us. The question then is, how much light do we shine back? Is it a fake neon light, or the spark of creation lighten up its own beacon? And we have often heard of the duality types of alpha and beta, but there is a triality and a balance of both called sigma. Now, sigma males only recently started to gain recognition as a personality type, and for a very long time the male's psyche discussion was classified into black or white, or alpha and beta. Now, sigma males, whilst having traits from both, is different from them both. He could be a good listener, but also state his point eloquently. He will abstain from immediate judgment, but can be a judge of character through his observation and listening skills. He will not crave leadership or dominance, but can handle the responsibility. And this tells you how to become a real man with substance, not the illusionary version so many men have bought into. And ever since the archetype of Sigma male started to gain popularity, people want to know what makes a Sigma male so different from an alpha male. And so, what are the differences? 1. The value of silence. Alpha males need a specific environment to function. They like to speak and also want to be heard. They are active for the audience and at their best when people are watching. In short, they allowed personalities and wish to remain the same. Sigma males are opposite in every way. They respect silence and appreciate a quiet environment. They can perform better without an audience and rarely do things for public acknowledgement. So, observing the sound of silence is a key component to self-mastery, which brings in amusing quotes of, "I hear you" and "I see you." And silence can say little, but also reveal a lot. The secret of wisdom is in the silence and the powers of observation, and also having good listening skills. And in essence, the Sigma man operates within the higher thinking and dimensional patterns, and they are not anchored to 3D images and ways of thinking. In overview, it is operating outside of the box or matrix, as you are not constrained by the earthly limitations imposed and or embedded upon the other personalities. Alphas will hate silence, where Sigmas embrace it to use it to understand or create new ideas. Alphas need a small stage to operate. Sigmas know their stage is everywhere and has no limitation. 2. Flexibility and dominance. Alpha males have a compulsive need to compete and dominate their current environment. And so in a workplace, they tend to be competitive and ambitious. They do not perform well in groups. They are not the leader, or if they are not the leader or centre of attention. Sigma males don't care about dominance or hierarchy. They would operate outside of known structures and hierarchies to get the best possible results. Their outlook towards people is based more on their value set, and they do not see others as competition or threats. They're also more flexible and do not mind working as a team or in a subordinate position as long as they like the job. And this means they are not competitive or comparative and drive themselves onto greater heights from within, not external to others. It is all about the results within, all of which keeps ego in check. Alphas need to impress externally, while Sigmas need only to fulfill from within. Social validation. Alphas are often seen as dominant and leaders, but in their established social hierarchy, they have to see what the game is, play it and win it to become alphas. And these men derive their entire sense of self-worth and respect from their position of dominance over others. Sigma males differ as social validation and hierarchy mean little or nothing to them, as they do not want to be part of any social games or power plays. And they are also least concerned with how others view them, and instead derive their self-worth and respect from their values. And again, that has shown the difference of the external and internal effects of validation. Alphas have to be dominant and or domineering. But who said that was the path to take? Is that not creating division and struggles within and around their frame or network? All of which is not conducive to harmony. As a Sigma, they have no need to engage in that field, and so they are comfortable within their own skin. 4. The need to belong. An alpha is only an alpha if he is at the head of the pack. Thus, they need a social construct that they can lead or dominate to define themselves. It constrains them to specific behavioural patterns and social circles. A Sigma male doesn't require any of this to be himself and is fine in social hierarchy as long as he likes what he's doing. Indeed, he can function better as a loner, not relying on anyone at all. And it allows such men greater social freedom. An alpha must be the lead. That is service to self only. It is the corporate role model for everyone to dominate or be dominated. And again, who said that was a valid exercise to do? In essence, it's playing upon people's emotions and fear, using them to drive home the desire for profits at the expense of the people. An alpha is playing their game. A Sigma doesn't play the game at all. 5. Humility. Since an alpha's self-worth is closely tied to society's perception, they have an innate need to showcase their personality and achievements. They talk or brag about themselves and reinforce to the rest of the pack that they are the alpha males. Sigma males differ in this regard as well. Their focus lies more on the job itself than the societal standards. They will do the job to the best of their ability and not care for praise or public opinion. Their need for appreciation ends with them being seen as people who can do a good job. And something I have often said, I do not wish to be seen as an important person, only a person that is doing important work. One is unbalanced ego, the other is not. Alphas can't do humility as they have been seen or have to be seen as the leader, a dominant one, or always right. And so humility cannot exist in their field, as that would require them and what would consider them as lowering themselves, when in actuality they are elevating themselves with humility. And so humility to an alpha is seen as a weakness, all of which means they operate in fear. 6. Perception. Alpha men are categorized as aggressive, opinionated, competitive, and constantly active. And people who usually see an alpha as someone who craves attention and lives for social validation. But Sigma males are harder to read for most people. Indeed, most people might not even know what that term even means, since mainstream psychology has bracketed men as alpha versus beta for so long. And once people know someone with Sigma characteristics, they are seen as independent thinkers, lone wolves, as opposed to being in an alpha's pack, disassociated from a lot of social conventions, and also they are good listeners. But an alpha male is an emotional bully in overview, acting tough as an image, but internally they are inherently weak. They are seeking the external glory, ratification and verification that life is all about them and their needs, wants and desires. That is a control system based on emotional bullying that has plagued many men on this planet for far too long. Sigma and alpha males share many common characteristics. They are both confident in their life choices and aim high. The main differences lies in their attitude. Sigmas choose to sit outside of hierarchy, while alphas prefer to be at the top of it. The latter achieves success by climbing the hierarchy ladder. Sigmas, on the other hand, don't belong to any tribe, and they do everything on their own. The Sigma male has a veil of mystery around him, which makes him intriguing, and it is hard to ignore his intelligence and independence. Sigmas never follow the crowd and don't seek approval. And this is what makes this type appealing to both men and women. Alpha men are aware of their social standing and work hard at maintaining it. And they care about who they are and where they are in their social circle and do not like to be challenged, ridiculed or lose face in any way. And this hurts the alpha greatly. Ironically, the people who don't wish to lose face don't realise they have already lost it. Another lunacy effect. The alpha goes out with all the pretty girls, earns high salaries and dresses sharp, usually will follow fashion and be loud, bold and brash. Alpha men require beta males around him that they can dominate. Whether it's work colleagues or beta friends, he will make sure they know who the boss is. A Sigma man does not care for any of those things. He can be just as powerful as the alpha and can rise to them for personal protection. He can get the girl if he wants to, but will pass on relationships and women if it gets in the way of his self-interest. He is the opposite of the alpha in terms of personality and priorities, but possesses all the same qualities and more. And so Sigma men are independent men who do not need followers, but can be social and to some extent be likeable and popular, but will vanish from the group when he gets bored of the same faces. And essentially the Sigma chooses to use his energy wisely, where alphas don't. Alpha men are more powerful in that they have more possessions and property. Sigmas are more powerful still because they have social independence and still succeed. And the Sigma is clear on how the future should look and will work with quiet, logical determination to make it happen. He loves an intellectual challenge and is stimulated by the abstract, the complex, the new and the untried. They can seem a little detached from others as they quietly process so much information inside their heads. The alpha will take charge, bringing order, structure and focus to situations, and their desire to get things done may mean they ignore the people's issues as they act on the facts, and so they are not so tuned into people's feelings. And however, everyone will know where they stand and they will use their vast store of knowledge and experience to plan and deliver. Alphas speak at people. Sigmas speak to people. A big difference in approach. Myths about Sigma males. One common myth about Sigma men is that they're shy. This is not true at all. Other myths, they are unfriendly. Being a Sigma doesn't affect how friendly you may be. And some people think that they are unfriendly as they don't tend to have large group of friends and may reflect on situations quietly rather than joining in on conversations at gatherings. The myth of they can't be leaders. And although people may think of an alpha personality when they imagine a leader, Sigma men have the skills to be bosses and leaders too. And some of their qualities makes them effective leaders. They listen to their employees' ideas. They can stay focused on long-term goals, and they may seem less threatening, so people may accept them in their roles. The myth of it is hard to get to know them. Sigma men prefer to have deep friendships and only a handful of people. They may not open up to everyone who wants to small talk, but the people they are close with know them very well and develop real friendships with them. Sigma is the 18th letter of the Greek alphabet, which makes a sigma a 9. An alpha man uses more energy fulfilling an illusion. Sigma man doesn't have to, he just goes with the flow. Sigma man leads to self-mastery, whereas alpha and beta cannot fully attain that, without giving up their falsely created images. In essence, they haven't found enough of themselves yet to be comfortable in becoming a Sigma. Sigmas are deep ponderers and assess from the overview perspective. Alphas react to the situation to protect their fake image. Alpha men are by and large, as we said, emotional bullies. They have to be to keep up their appearance of external strength, but that is the illusion again, as beneath the harsh, confident exterior lies a weak man with little to no inner strength. In a world that often categorizes into alphas and betas, a Sigma man stands as a rare and enigmatic figure, embracing a philosophy deeply rooted in stoicism and also independence. A Sigma man thrives in the solitude of his own company, while still placing immense value on interpersonal connections. And what sets a Sigma apart is the noticeable appreciation they have for their personal space, even though they possess the ability to exude charisma and charm at will. A distinctive trait of Sigma males is their unmatched comfort when navigating the world solo. Introverts at heart, they relish in the time and space to reflect and decompress, as the energy of others can sometimes feel draining, akin to dealing with energy vampires. And like I've said, if only we had an energy app for everyone, where we see who is given and who is harvesting, plus where your actual energy is going or not going. But Sigmas, despite their solitary tendencies, grasp the significance of surrounding themselves with valuable individuals. They recognise that to accomplish their goals necessitates the support and collaboration of others. And this understanding, however, doesn't make a relationship with a Sigma male a walk in the park, especially for those accustomed to partners who shower them with constant attention. But enter into a relationship with a Sigma male and you'll discover a unique dynamic. These men are with women who don't require constant presence, as a typical relationship might feel emotionally and mentally overwhelming for a Sigma man. And so it's a delicate balance of appreciating solitude whilst understanding the importance of meaningful connections in their pursuit of their goals. But if you picture a leader in your mind, a traditional alpha male standing at the forefront with a retinue of officials or subordinates making assertive decisions on the executive floor. And this alpha male is loud, imposing and seemingly invincible, a figure you wouldn't dare challenge. Now shift your perspective to the Sigma male, a silent leader with an entirely different approach. And Sigma males possess leadership qualities just as potent as the alpha males, but their methodology is distinct. And you can count on a Sigma man to tackle any challenge with a blend of self-reliance, introspection, and intelligence. They excel in transforming any inefficiencies into streamlined processes by demonstrating a quiet yet powerful leadership style. Alphas dabble in illusion, Sigmas reign in reality. So what makes a Sigma male an asset to any team? Is the confidence and leadership prowess reminiscent of an alpha male, minus the drawbacks of a large and fragile ego constantly seeking validation. Sigma males don't back down, facing obstacles and inconveniences head on, persisting until they find a solution, even a blueprint one. And their commitment to their goals surpasses concerns about maintaining a certain image, making them individuals who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty if it means achieving success. And in the world of Sigma males, their priority is always the end goal, not their public perception. A Sigma male possesses a remarkable skill, the ability to adapt seemingly to diverse situations, unlike alpha males who may assert dominance in social groups or situations. And Sigma males have a distinctive advantage in their approach, where alpha males counter scenarios where assuming leadership isn't feasible or advisable. They may struggle and often become a diminished version of themselves when denied the respect or the authority they seek. And this is where the Sigma male excels. While perfectly capable of taking charge when necessary, Sigma males don't require the constant validation of being the leader in every social dynamic. Sigma males are content to fill any role required of them in any given moment, showcasing a fluidity and flexibility that sets them apart from their alpha counterparts. And this adaptability continues or contributes to their more widespread success in various situations with no self-imposed expectations or pressures. Again, notice the preservation of energy of the Sigma. Now, a Sigma male is comfortable being a follower, a leader, or any position in between, as long as they are utilised efficiently and productively. However, this versatility can occasionally rub others the wrong way, but the unabashed confidence and freedom to assume any role may be perceived as arrogance and potentially intimidating those around the Sigma male. And so it is a delicate balance between adaptability and managing the perceptions of those in their vicinity. But it's interesting to note that the alpha is brash and loud, which is arrogance, and yet a quiet, unassuming Sigma is potentially labelled as arrogant. Quite a contradiction. And based upon assumptions again and the fear of the unknown, all of which means you should study it and them, and the fears goes away, whether a Sigma male or life itself. Now, a distinctive trait of a Sigma male is their egalitarian approach to treating everyone around them. In a world deeply entrenched in social hierarchies, a reality ingrained in us from our early school days. And Sigma males stand out by rejecting these invisible power dynamics based on unearned social status, unlike many who navigate social structures with set rules on how to interact with different individuals. Sigma males refuse to conform to these norms. They adamantly reject the idea that one should treat people differently solely based on unspoken rules dictating their perceived status or popularity. And this refusal to succumb to social expectations makes Sigma males exceptional leaders. They don't limit their engagement to those who have simply appeased their way onto the top. Instead, Sigma males recognise and appreciate the value and intelligence present in any individual, irrespective of their social standing. And the difference between them is, one is a cooperative approach and the other a corporate approach. Other people don't intimidate them because they aren't engaged in a competitive struggle with them. And this impartial and inclusive attitude sets Sigma males apart, making them adept at fostering diverse perspectives and creating environments where everyone's voice is valued, as those on the Common Sense Zooms will attest, and the Blueprint groups. But a Sigma male doesn't require a social circle to define their identity, unlike alpha males who often derive their personality from the validation and control they exert within social structures. Sigma males are distinct in their approach. Alpha males derive on the reflection of themselves through others, finding validation and a sense of self within their social circles. But in contrast, Sigma males do not averse to being part of social circles, don't immerse themselves in social obligations and commitments the way alpha males do. They possess a profound sense of security, knowing that their personality exists independently of the bonds formed with others. Observe, don't absorb applies in those situations. And Sigma males stand apart as they don't conform to trends, aren't avid followers of celebrity gossip, and shun the notion of popularity, let alone aspiring to be social media influencers, whether in the company of others or navigating life solo. A Sigma male remains unwaveringly true to themselves, and this consistency makes them remarkably straightforward to deal with once you understand who they are. There is no need to constantly relearn their personality. A Sigma male remains unchanged by external influences, steadfast in preserving their core identity regardless of the social context. A Sigma male comprehends the significance of silence and are known for their succinct communication, and you'll rarely find them indulging in lengthy conversations or gossiping about trivial matters. And this isn't just because they dismiss small, inconsequential details that lose relevance quickly, but also because they highly value the protection of their own energy. And for the Sigma man, preserving their energy is paramount, and few things matter more to them. And while they may be quiet by nature, it doesn't mean they allow themselves to be pushed around. And Sigma males are best described as dominant introverts. They effortlessly command a room, though not boisterous voices or grand actions like alpha males, but through their mere presence and aura. And when interacting with a Sigma male, it's crucial to grant them the quiet time they seek. Many fail to recognise that silence between two people doesn't indicate a lack of connection. And becoming someone who can offer a Sigma man the tranquility they desire without feeling awkward about it is an effortless way to establish yourself as a pillar in their life. And understanding the importance of silence is key when navigating the world of a Sigma male. A Sigma male despises living life safely, is fearless when it comes to risks, and the Sigma male doesn't shy away from calculated challenges, and it is important to note that this doesn't translate to a constant rebellion against authority or reckless behaviour. Unlike outright rebels, Sigma males are strategic in breaking a few rules or taking calculated risks, always with a clear purpose in mind. Their motivation isn't to flaunt authority or demand respect unless it aligns with their larger plan. And rather they embrace risk, to propel their projects forward. Their discerning approach of finding the sweet balance between pragmatism and idealism makes Sigma males exceptionally efficient leaders and also partners. They possess the ability to envision the best possible scenario and navigate situations that, while not perfect, are better suited and more probable for the given circumstances. And in various situations, Sigma males often find themselves at the top of the food chain. Their complex personality resists being confined to one box, makes Sigma males rarely fitting into archetypes. Often excelling as athletes, entrepreneurs, intellectuals, and creatives. And the Sigma males showcase their capacity to broaden horizons and adapt, demonstrating proficiency in any environment they choose. A Sigma male is remarkably self-aware. Introspection stands out as one of their primary traits. And unlike an alpha male who projects their persona outwards for all to see, the Sigma male directs their focus inward, assessing how their impact affect their entire being. Sigma males possess an intricate understanding of themselves. They are acutely aware of their strengths and actively strive to improve the weaknesses they deem significant. And while Sigma males may not spend as much time surrounding themselves with others, they often retreat into their own bubble, engaging in self-analysis to discern how they could have performed better. And self-introspection is the key to inner and shadow work that eventually leads to self-mastery. But despite potentially lacking in the best social graces, Sigma males skillfully avoid drama. Their ability to navigate social situations and present themselves in a likable manner sets them apart. Living predominantly in their heads and not actively seeking external validation, Sigma males generally appreciate when someone notices the unique aspects of their character. Although deeply introspective, Sigma males are still human and may find themselves in occasional trouble. Trouble always coming my way. However, their ability to swiftly address lapses in judgment and transform failures into opportunities for self-development showcases their resilience and commitment to personal growth. The Sigma male is the master of his own fate. These individuals are independent and self-starters, commonly found in executive and managerial positions due to their deep introspection and keen sense of inefficiency. Sigma males exude ambition, and while they are not always will be the loudest voices in the room, their convictions and morals remain unwavering even when no one is listening. Their rejection of rigid structures is evident as they strive to create lifestyles that align best with their personalities. In work, creativity and relationships, the rebellious nature of a Sigma male shines through. And they pursue these aspects of life without conforming to the standard norms, establishing systems that complement their goals and skills. Notably, a significant number of entrepreneurs embody Sigma male personalities, and this dominant trait amongst Sigma males propels them to assert their positions, take stands, and build something for themselves rather than working for someone else. Fiercely confident Sigma males are individuals who pursue their desires relentlessly, stopping at nothing to transform their reality into what they envision it to be. Their drive and self-determination make them the true masters of their own destinies. The journey of self-discovery and the journey, not the destination, applies here. But the destination can, in overview, apply the term destination, which is essential in understanding what we at THI are doing currently. But understanding a Sigma male can be quite challenging. This personality type, situated between alpha and beta, possesses a uniqueness that defies our binary understanding of dominance and submission. Dating a Sigma male presents its own set of challenges, primarily rooted in their reserved nature. Communication, while not their forte, takes a backseat to their innate problem-solving skills, which may not always align with emotional needs. And this, coupled with their disregard for conforming to societal expectations, might make Sigma males appear robotic or emotionally distant. However, the reality is quite the opposite. Sigma males stand out as exceptional partners due to their high self-awareness. Although they may not verbalize their thoughts and plans as frequently, it does not mean they don't consider you. Their focus on solutions and the drive to propel both themselves and their loved ones forward, showcasing their genuine care. While their efficiency-focused approach may seem lacking in empathy at times, it is their unique way of expressing their concern. In the world of a Sigma male, actions speak louder than words. And actions do speak louder than words, as our meme suggests. Think and act different. The mention of living predominantly in their heads does not always have to be the case. You are far better living in the heart, as life is so much simpler there. And it's said this personality type, situated between alpha and beta, possesses a uniqueness that defies our binary understanding of dominance and submission. Because societal norms, which Sigmas reject, means people always dance in duality choices that are not of their own making. A true Sigma dances in triality and makes his own choices in and of life. Big difference. In essence, it is about taking personal responsibility for your own lives. Corporate to cooperative plays into the Sigma male as well. Alpha and beta reign mainly in the corporate world, as they are steered into dancing in the duality choice fields. But cooperative, when in true form, can only be done by a Sigma male. And many of you will see the Sigma man rippling through me, but that came with many years of inner workings, of studying all other people and a healthy dose of love and care from a former member, Chloe. She in many ways helped develop the man you see today. And this is important for all men to study, all of you, to unlearn the past trends and traits and chart a new you and path. The world is changing as more of the divine masculine is now entering the field, and will be important for you all to embrace it. Alpha and beta versions are masks of illusion that permeated throughout the corporate world. It creates bullies, weakness, division, and low self-worth. Sigma is not hampered by a mask, does not waste energies on being an image, does not discount others, and adopts an all-encompassing mode. The gap is stark. But with things playing out well differently on this planet now, and expected increases of what we wish to see, it is time for you all to study this. Find out where you truly are and where you truly lie, and then work on correcting themselves. And remember an old line from a Rush song, "And the meek shall inherit the earth." That will and has to be the Sigma man.